Hi again, Dad. I'm at Nadine's house right now, and I'm gonna make creamy mushroom soup because I think you like it too. Um, I don't actually like mushroom soup, but Nadine loves it. So um, this time we're not gonna stick it in. We're going to blend it either with a blender or well, just with a blender. Okay, so what we need is a pound and a bit, maybe 1.3 pounds of mushrooms altogether. So I've got regular button mushrooms, and I picked out a special pack of these wild mushrooms because I'm going to save some of those. Some is going to go in the soup, and some I'm going to save later for on top of the soup. And you will also need to have an onion. This one's too big, so I'm not going to use the whole thing. This is a large onion. Usually they say medium onion. And you're going to need 2 sticks of celery, but my sticks are so small, I'm going to use 3. And 3 cloves of garlic. You're going to have a little bit of fresh thyme from my garden, which I'm going to pick and put in the soup. And I also have a little of Italian parsley. You don't need it. I'm just going to put it on the top as a kind of garnish. And a little bit of olive oil to heat up the mushrooms in the pan first. Stock in this one. You can't see it. I'm putting the stock again in it's only 1.5 liters of stock. The recipe calls for chicken or vegetable stock, but we have this mushroom base. So what I'm going to do is put half mushroom base and half... Oh, I got the beef base. Uh-oh, I meant to get the chicken. Okay, I'll have to think about what to do there. And what else do you need? Cream. Just the regular half and half cream stuff. Okay, I'm going to figure out my base problem. I might be using all mushroom because it's either chicken or vegetable. Okay, I'll see you later after I've chopped everything up. Goodbye. Okay, before I go on, you should know that problem is solved. I accidentally brought my beef base. No good for mushroom soup. Luckily, Pete had vegetable bouillon, and so I can use these cubes to make for half of the sauce, and in the other half I'll put in a little bit of mushroom base. Okay, problem solved. Wee-hee! I'm going to prepare everything. Okay, Dad, I think I'm ready to continue on. The stock is hot, and I'm just heating up 2 pans. You should only use one. Actually, you can use a heavy bottom saucepan. This is all that they had that was big for me to fry the mushrooms. So I finally chopped up the onions, celery, a big part of the mushrooms, and some of the wild mushrooms I'm going to put in the separate one because I'm going to garnish those mushrooms on top. And I finally chopped up the 3 cloves of garlic, a few sprigs of thyme, and parsley. And the parsley is going to go on top as well with a few of the extra mushrooms. So let's start. It should be heated up. I'm going to put in a splash of olive oil. Okay, that's quite a splash. And once it's heated up, I'm going to put in the onion first because it's really aromatic in the oil. I'll just make sure. This is a gas oven, so it gets hot pretty quick. And here's something else that I really like. It's right here. Pete has these wooden spoons, which are great for making soup because you can sort of scrape the bottom so nothing gets stuck. Okay, I'm just waiting my time. Okay, it's hot enough. There's some onion. Good. And I'm going to put in celery too. Smells so good. And I'm going to put in garlic. gonna put in the thyme leaves, actually. Let them get all covered in oil. Just softening up. And I'm gonna put in the mushrooms. So here's the bulk of the mushrooms. It'll just get soft. I'm going to put a splash of olive oil in this one. Please don't burn. You're not too hot, are you? It's too hot in the back one. I'm just going to turn it down. This is where I'm going to put in the few extra wild mushrooms that I want to use as a garnish. And I'll just let that soften up. Gas is so hot. You can just a little bit. Try to put it down. I'm turning on the stock and getting it a little hotter. Okay, you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to let this soften up for a while. See you later. Dad, I forgot to say as the mixture is warming up, to soften it, you want to pop the lid on. So I'm just going to put the lid on. Whoop! Oh, I don't have a big enough lid. Good enough. Okay, goodbye. Hey Dad, everything's looking pretty soft. So what I'm going to do is transfer these ingredients into that stock pot. So I'll just put this, oh, it's too hot. You know what I mean. I'm going to put these ingredients in there. I'm going to bring it to a boil, and as soon as it's to a boil, I'm going to turn it down low and cook it for 15 minutes. See you in a bit. Hey Dad, it's been simmering for about 15 minutes now. So I can't really show you because this pot is kind of hot. Can you see? Can't really see what it looks like, but anyway, it looks like it's smelling good. So now I can season up with a little salt and pepper. A bit more in there, a few pinches, and some. Oh, you don't like pepper, so you're not going to do this part. I'm just going to put in a bit, and now this is where the blending comes in. At home I have a blender, like, you know, a regular stand-up blender that you'd use for a milkshake or something. And I use it sometimes. It blends really fine and really nice, but when it's hot, sometimes the lid blows off, so I have to only fill it up a little bit and then take the plastic or glass part out the top, put on a cloth so I don't burn my hand, and push it down as I do it. But I got this at Value Village for $8, and I'm going to try it out right now. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to turn it off from heat. Don't splash yourself when you do this. Oh, it's super powerful. Let's see how long this is going to take. I'll just keep on doing what I'm doing, and then I'll tell you when I'm done. Okay, I did that. This is a really powerful blender. It's pretty cheap too. It only took about 2 minutes to get it. I don't want to move my phone, but if you can see, it's sort of looking like that. Oh, it's hard to see. Maybe this is, it's hard to see. Maybe like this. You can't see it. Okay, but it's a darker color. About a 1/4 cup of cream. I might put in more. I'm just going to pour it in now and see how it looks. I might want to add a bit more. I brought a lot of cream. Oh yeah, I totally want to add a bit more. I want it a lighter color. It's a bit, well, real mushroom soup is kind of gray, but I'm going to add, I just want it to be lighter in color. That's a bit better. It's still gray, but I don't actually like mushroom soup too much, but I'm going to taste it and hope it's okay. Very smooth. Very smooth. So Nadine and Pete and Chris are at the cafe. What I'm going to do is just let this stay here for now, and when they come home I'm just going to bring it to a boil again and immediately stop the gas, and then we're going to have some soup. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey Dad, everyone's back now. So I'm turned on the heat. So once I see a few bubbles, there's 1, 2, and it's getting hot again, I'm gonna just pour the bowls. And you can see the consistency. Okay, I might give it 30 seconds more. Yeah, I think it's hot enough. So here we go. I hope you can see. I'm turning it off now, so you can check out the kind of color and consistency. If it's gonna be a whoop-oo, I made a mess. Kind of a small bowl, not too big. I'm just gonna get my cloth and clean off the rim. Oopsie, oopsie. And this is where I get a few of those wild mushrooms and just sort of garnish right on the top. And then that way you'll have a bit of actual mushrooms in there. And I'm just going to put on a few of the cilantro flakes. And I'm going to start serving them all up. All done.